Hi, ladies. Today we're going to talk about the differences between personal brand and business branding. And why is that important when you are doing two things? You are beginning to build your brand, you're starting out, and you're at the very beginning. Or you are in process of rebranding and maybe it's no longer a business, but maybe it is a personal brand. But needless to say, no matter which category that you're in, I want to share a couple of tips with you on knowing the differences between the personal brand and the business brand. Now, there are a lot of things that I've heard over the years with the difference between personal brand and business branding. And there are also a few things that I have heard that I just don't think is quite true when you're branding certain things. So, when you're branding your business, the business in and of itself acts like a person, an entity. It has its own set of personality attributes. It has its own values, its own mission, its own vision. All of those things and much more when it comes to your business. Now, your personal brand will still have those same elements, but how you go about doing it's a little bit different. When you're doing your business brand and it has those elements within there, you're thinking about the client and the customer in mind. Even though in your personal brand, you're thinking about your target market, but you're building your personal brand based upon who you as the person. So it's built upon maybe your personality. It's built upon your attributes, your values, your philosophies of life, the things that you stand on, and all of those things may be what's built. Now, do you and can you add those elements to your business? You sure can, especially when it comes to those values. That culture that you want to set in your business may be based upon the values that you hold. But there may be some extra things in there just as a business level that you want to incorporate that you may necessarily not so much abide by. But we don't want to build things that aren't personal to us in a way, or things that we are not set upon as philosophies or standards or culture that we have built in our own life. But that'll be another video for another time. So, one of the things that I've heard over the years with branding, and something I did personally, long years ago. I'm not that old, but long years ago, that I did was that I asked those that I was helping to brand their business what are some of the colors that they gravitate to. Now, granted, if it's a personal brand, yes, have at it. You want to make sure it's built upon who you are so you can attract the people that you want to talk to, engage with, communicate, and inspire. But when it comes to your business, you may like yellow, but your business is a little bit more serious, or it may be a little bit more luxe. And so you might need to incorporate a black and a gray, or a silver and a black, or a gold, or whatever color represents the business in it of itself. Now, I have a couple videos out there that talk about refresh in a brand, or how to know when it's time to rebrand. I have one out there about how to know when it's time to hire a branding agency or brand strategist. Now, those videos I feel have some really good information for if you're at that moment or time in your business or personal brand. But this is going to help you kind of determine which way you want to go if you are in the process of maybe a rebrand, or not so much a refresh, but a rebrand, and you want to be able to know which direction to go. Now, I created this fictitious person a few videos ago, and so I use her in my examples, and her name is Jackie Sarah Malay. Now, if your name is Jackie Sarah Malay and I have been using your name, I completely apologize. It's something that I really just came up with out of the blue doing one of my videos at some point. So, Jackie Sarah Malay, we used her as a veterinarian. Now, let's say that Jackie Sarah Malay is a lawyer. And so maybe she's doing the Malay firm, or she's doing the JSM firm. Now, it's okay to use your name when you're building a business. I would say, what type of business are you building before you decide to use your name? If you're wanting to build a corporation or a company that grows to become public, then I would say not to use your name in certain ways, because you may lose rights to use your name in other places if you have shareholders and if you have all these other intricacies of things going on with your business. But at the level that we're at right now, you want to think about those things, but right now let's think about, okay, if you're doing a law firm, a lot of law firms are built on the name of the partners, the name of the people that started it. So that's okay. You might have an agency, a creative agency. You might have some type of other business like a restaurant or something that's built on the name of the person, like Joe's Seafood Palace. And the person that started it, his name is Joe. And so he said, I want to start a seafood restaurant. So Joe's Seafood Restaurant or Palace. So there are some instances where you can. But depending on what type of business, you really want to talk to someone and find out, is it the best way for you to utilize an asset in your business? Because will it continue to be an asset, or will it continue to be a liability as you grow as a brand? Now, I wanted to just give you a few tidbits of some of those differences. I know there's so many pieces to personal branding and business branding, and outside of name and other things, that there are some similarities, like your logo, and you're going to pick colors, and you're going to use photography, and you're going to use some type of font. Those elements are the same for both. It's really how you build them and what you do with them that makes the differentiation when you are building a brand. So I hope this helps you on your journey of mastering your brand, or beginning to master your brand, and give you the ability to compete in the marketplace with confidence. So I hope to see you in one of my other videos, and I will see you next time.